everybody. Welcome back. This is the Woo Factor. I'm your host, Suzy Woo. This is the place where we have grounded conversations for cosmic thinkers. And I'm so happy that you are joining us today. Share us with a friend. There are always very cool, inspiring people on here, and you're about to meet yet another one. Now, this next gentleman that you're going to be meeting will be at our Metaphysical Expo in Erie in the middle of August. So you're going to want to go and meet him, but you're going to learn why in just a second. So allow me to read his bio. This is Patrick Murphy, the Starry-Eyed Seer. He walks between worlds as a psychic medium, tarot reader, paranormal investigator, spiritual coach, artist, and teacher. Before I even go any further with his bio, because there's more, I love the soup. I love the ingredients of the soup because a lot of times spiritualists don't exactly crisscross with paranormal people. And that was one of the first things that just made me a beeline towards him because like he's very well rounded and all encompassed. Let me now continue. Since 2024, he has shared his gifts to help seekers find clarity, purpose, and deeper spiritual understanding. With over 13 years of tarot study, Patrick blends intuitive insight with spiritual connection to deliver messages from the universe, higher selves, and spirit guides. Certified in mediumship, spell casting, and spiritual coaching, he brings a grounded yet magical approach to every session, guiding others towards insight, empowerment, and transformation. Love, 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 love. With over 13 years of intuitive practice, Patrick blends tarot, psychic insight, mediumship, and spiritual coaching into a grounded, reliable experience. Clients feel the difference immediately. This isn't guesswork or theatrics. It's skill built over time. What a sentence! Oh, that's so good. All right. And let me now bring Patrick on and introduce you. Have a look at this wonderful master. Welcome, Patrick.
Hey, Susie, nice to be here.
How fun. How fun. I'm so excited to be able to bring you on and let you just share your beautiful talents with our audience. Gosh, for all of the experience you have, you don't look that old. So I'm going to guess that you were born kind of with this knowing, unless you're a Gemini and you just are always youthful looking. Let's kind of like go back, take us down memory lane.
Sure,
Um,
sure.
where did this whole concept start coming online for you?
I feel like I've always really had a pull towards the more spiritual side of things. I was raised very Catholic in the church, multiple churches all over the place. Didn't really feel much of a connection for me. It's there for some people. It's not for all of us. Completely understand. But when I started to really branch out and really look into other other ways of life, just the call of spiritualism and the craft and everything really called to me. It's all about, for me, kind of liberating yourself and others through your own sense of power that you have, right? And that just kind of grew and expanded through time. I think I really started dabbling early teenage years.
Was it like a curiosity, or was it a like a movie or a TV show, or did something spark, or do you know?
I mean, it was a little bit of everything. I mean, growing up, I always liked the bad guys in the Disney movies better. They were cooler. I feel that they were so
Ah,
much more fun, right? But I would have friends playing with pendulums and stuff like that, and I'm like, this is so interesting. And that's just where the ball started rolling and the snowball got bigger and bigger. I know way back when I started looking into palmistry and I thought it was so interesting. I can't remember a single thing about it now. Tarot took my heart around 16, 17. I bought my own first deck and just I couldn't put it down. I was like, the pictures are beautiful. They all tell a story and you put them all together and it's like bing, bang, boom. Here's a book, right? And I've always been interested in the paranormal. I grew up in an old Victorian household, over 100 years old. Creaks, bumps all throughout the night, all the spooks, things go missing. I think my first official investigation I ever went on, I had to have been about 14-ish years old. I went to the Farnsworth house in Gettysburg, and So much fun. First time ever playing with dowsing rods. I'm like, these are great. They point all over the place. They tell you yes and no. I'm like, you could just feel the energy around it. And now, if I get the chance to pop myself in a haunted building, I'm like, let's go. Let's go tell the story of the people that are still here, right? And it's very important to me, especially like the spookier, more traumatic places with the more traumatic history. I really love those places because, think of like Pennhurst Asylum or anything like that. Those people were basically left and forgotten when they were alive. So being able to be there and communicate with them and be a friend to them in death that maybe they did not have in life is just connecting it all and being able to tell their story.
Yeah, wow. So you just sparked something for me. There's a client I've done some work at, and her business is inside of a old church, real old church, big. And as I was driving by, I was like, "Oh, look at that building!" And I looked down, and my client was on the stairs waiting for me. I was like, "Ah!" But as I went in there, that's what I was picking up. I was getting people, and somebody who died like down an elevator shaft, and they want their stories to be told. They don't want their names to be forgotten. And for me personally, that was the first time something spoke to me so deeply because it was a whole bunch of people. They were
Yeah.
laborers, they were children, they were all these different characters. So it's like, I know they're, oh, I'm getting goosebumps now. It's like, I think that's like my place. Like, I promised those spirits that I would share their story. So yeah, I get it. I think it's really
Yeah.
cool. Really cool. But like if you're not open, well, it does happen to some people who are not open to it, and usually they have a poor experience. Those
Mhm.
who are open, I don't maybe attuned to it. No, see, like I'm getting live feed here. No, it's like a judgment of character. So when you approach a premise, you know you're going to do a haunt. Um, and let me know if you agree or not on this. When you know you're going to do a haunt and you approach a premises, um, the characters, the in spirit, like they decide, I'm going to interact with this guy. I'm not going, or I'm going to have fun with this guy, or I'm going to toy or tease this guy. Or so that's part one of my question, and then part two of my question is if you've ever encountered like nasty spirits.
Yeah. So, I believe they already know you're coming. Whoever they know. It's all in the ethers out there, right? So, do they pick and choose who to interact with? For sure. I mean, it all comes down to free will, right? We have it, they have it. It's all about we all have free will. We can all do whatever we want at the end of the day, right? But I want to preface that with it's very important that you know to keep your own power, right? That's where all the safety and everything lies.
Now, what
For
does
me,
that mean? What does that? I mean, I know what it means, but what does that mean
yeah.
to keep your own power?
So always stand in your own power. Don't give it up. Don't give it up to anybody, anything, anyone, because that's where you kind of lose your own kind of shields and safety nets that you have for yourself. You're basically giving yourself away when you give up your power, right? You're kind of turning yourself over and allowing anything to happen. And that's where, you get the possessions or the
Right,
attachments that
attachments.
you
Yeah.
don't want.
Haunted
So
houses are,
always,
I don't know if I'd call them trending, but so haunted houses are extremely popular and it just seems to be growing, that with TV shows and movies and all this stuff that are talking about that kind of thing and always swirling it around. So people kind of flood and they find these haunted and there's a lot of them. They find these haunted
mhm.
locations, but they're unprepared and they don't have a good experience. And now they don't feel good when they leave. And now they're sick for the next, several weeks.
Yeah.
So for somebody who has no clue, they're going for entertainment. What would you say to them so that they don't come home with somebody that they didn't want to come home with?
Well, I would definitely say if you just want something entertaining and spooky, find a good scary movie or find a nice little jump scare haunted house, right? This stuff it's a little more serious when you really dig on into it because you're dealing with real life things here, real life things, real life people, real life entities that, are between our worlds, right? Over that veil. You know, going back to your question about, you know, getting ready to go to a location or anything like that, for me, I really focus my energy into the location I'm going. I know where I'm going, or if I don't know where I'm going, I'm putting the intention out there to basically connect with the location to either find out, you know, is there someone that wants my attention? Is there somewhere that I need to be? Is there a specific room that's just like flashing lights, sitting here, right? Tell the story, find the person, find out what needs to be told, what needs to be heard. I believe the second part of your question was with anything that maybe might be a little more negative that comes on through. So, with anything negative based, is the spirit itself truly negative, or is it just a negative aspect of the being, right? You know, I have bad days. I'm sure you have bad days. We're all human. We're all living beings. We all have bad days sometimes. So, is it truly that the spirit is quote unquote evil, as Hollywood and everything likes to put it on, right? Or, you know, is it just a negative aspect of themselves? Is it a fragment of the spirit of the being, a more cranky aspect, and it's how they can communicate and get their ear attention? Or is it just cranky Uncle Joe, who was
Mhm.
cranky in life and is now just as cranky in death, right?
I love that. I love how you articulated that. What about like, so I just interviewed Dan Class, who's also going to be at the expo with the Hinsdale, Haunted Hinsdale
Hmm.
House. And that location, like people get scratched. So I kind of label that as a darker spirit, like, because they're hurting somebody. What's your take on that? That kind of, that's what I'm calling negative in this example.
So for me, for my take on that, you know, it could be very much someone truly, really has been trying to get your attention and they focus the energy on that to be like, you know, I've been poking your shoulder, I've been pulling your hair, you just been ignoring it, writing it off, you know, here's a little scratch. Could it be that, you know, maybe you walked on into the room and you were not respectful and you came off
Hmm.
very disrespectful and rude? I mean, they live there, right? If someone walks on into your house and is just rude and disrespectful and demanding, you're not going to be so nice either.
Love it. Love it.
Um, yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it could expand into something greater, bigger, maybe something not so human, right? But at the end of the day, respect plays a really big role. Knowing your own spiritual team, your own protections, that's going to be very, very important. So who you call on or any type of work that you might do beforehand, shielding, list goes on and on.
Wonderful. Awesome. Okay, so you do one-on-one work, you do spiritual coaching, you do mediumship, you do readings, all of that kind of thing. And I'm sure that didn't all explode at once, like one thing led
No.
to another. So at first it was the fun of the excitement of watching your friends playing with pendulums, and then
Yeah,
moving into tarot. And then did you start like doing readings? Like, well, we usually start with ourselves, right? Um,
right.
so after you started, I kind of call it playing because they're toys, tools, toys. After we're playing for a minute and then getting acclimated to the deck, did you start doing readings for like friends and stuff? Or like how did you begin to expand that?
Yeah, so I started with the tarot, picked it up, started reading through the book, the lovely little book that all the decks come with, learning the basic meanings, the basic understandings, and getting more comfortable with it. So it did start with reading for myself, as we all do, and we all know that's a challenge in and of itself, right? You have to try not to be so biased, be like, yeah, no, tower doesn't mean your whole life's gonna fall apart in this situation. You're gonna be fine, all right?
Wait, I don't like that reading. I'm going to shuffle them again.
Right, let's this one wasn't right. It then expanded. I would, do it for friends. I would bring it with me, read for them. I'd be on the phone with them, be like, you want to just play around, have a little reading on the phone? And that went on and expanded. And I did that for a very long time. And I really worked a lot with my own understanding and relationship with the tools, with spirit, with intuition specifically, because that's the biggest part of all of it, right? And really focusing on the story that the images want to tell. And then as I continued to learn and grow with this, I really found that, okay, a lot of this information is coming from guides. And I really enjoy working with other people's spirit teams along with my own. And, just finding out what are next steps or getting the validation that they needed. And as life moved on and progression started going more and more, I really focused on the developing the mediumship roles, and just combining the two together for myself is one of my favorite things. Bringing the mediumship with the tarot, with the tools, all in one, for me, gives a great big picture. We could do it just one at a time without either of them, but I feel like for a client base, they have a good visual representation, but then you can feel like the message is coming on down through you, combined with this. Well, here, this is what we're trying to get across here, and just continuing to grow with that. It's a never-ending story, right? You're always
Right.
learning, always growing. It's never going to stop, and that's part of the excitement of it all.
Was the mediumship a conscious choice, or did like your guide show up or somebody spiritual or somebody's, grandmother showed up, or like where you said, okay, I want to, because it says you're certified in that. So I was wondering if it something happened first, or if you're like, I want to do that, I'm going to sign up and get registered.
Yeah, so it's definitely always been there, but it was one of those things that you wrote off, right? You were just like, oh, someone called my name. Oh, I was just hearing things, right? Oh, I felt, did you touch me? No? Oh, must have been some, I must have bumped up against, wrote it off for years and years and years and years and years. And then I finally started getting readings from other people, and it was like one after the other. So you asked me if I was a Gemini. I'm a Taurus, so we're very stubborn. So it took three different mediums in like the realm of everything to be like, you have this. And I'm like, fine, we'll do it. Here's your sign, right? And then I consciously started going through working with other individuals to help grow this skill, this way of life, if you will.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it is. Once you go into that realm, your whole purview changes.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
What is your strongest clair?
Empathy is definitely my strongest portion. The whole empath, I'll feel things,
Clear
clear
feeling, clear
cognizences.
sentient, clear
Yeah,
cognizant, clear knowing.
yeah,
Are you visual as well, or not so much?
yeah, I do have the visual. I would say the visual and the hearing are tied for, what is that, third place, I think.
Gotcha. So you're the
Hmm.
feeler. You feel more.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, sure do
Nice.
all the time.
Okay. Then when did you make a choice to turn your craft into a business?
So it all started for me, 2022 is when I first opened my business of Kitsune's Will-O-Wisps. And that originally began with just a way for me to kind of share my own, artistic talent with art prints of pieces that I've done, and
Wait a minute.
start
Wait a
to,
minute. Art prints.
yes,
So you're also an artist,
yes.
photographer. So yeah, we totally glazed that over. Let's
It's
back up. Let's back
okay.
up and let's
Sure.
let's talk about that too. What is that? What is it that you create?
So I do drawings and mixed media with pen and ink and white charcoal. I think it gives itself a
Ooh.
very good little pop, right? That white and that black contrast. So when I first started my business, it was part of me kind of branching on out, being like, Patrick, let's put all that confidence together and just push yourself out there. And then I started expanding on like incense. I've always loved incense. I'm like, I'm going to learn how to make my own, share that with everybody. And that expanded to Poppets are one of my favorite magical tools to work with, so I'm like, let's make those for people. Poppets,
Oh, uh, haunted dolls. I don't know what else they're. I didn't know those
yeah,
were called puppets.
yeah. So poppets or voodoo dolls, anything like that. They have so many different names through so many different cultures, regions, but they're used to
Hey,
represent
I
a
have one
person.
too.
Yeah, they're used to represent a person, or you can shape it like an animal or anything like that. Yeah, there we go. Exactly. Fill it with herbs, crystals, anything for whatever the occasion suits for, right? You could have them for money, for love, for luck, for help find a new job. I like to combine colors in with it. So purple, great for intuition, all of that fun stuff. So if you want to help strengthen that, make yourself a little purple guy. Throw some maybe
So
labradorite inside.
I didn't even think of things like that. So I purchased this from somebody because I don't make these. But maybe I misheard you. Are you saying Puppet? Oh, you did. Okay, I
Poppet.
didn't mishear. So I just want to make sure because I'm not familiar with that term. And the old me would just glaze it over. But no, it's like I want to know. I'm sure listeners want to know, and viewers are like, wait a minute,
Yeah,
what? Did you say puppet? No, you did say puppet. And I was thinking
Poppet, yeah.
the thing on the back of your phone. Like, wait a minute,
Oh
what?
yeah. I think yeah, you're right. They are called those. I can't ever remember what they're called. Um,
Now we're
but yeah,
clear.
yeah.
Thank you.
Um, I teach classes on occasion on poppets as well. It's like a 3 hour long class. We go over the history, the uses, all that fun stuff, and then you get to make one yourself.
What? Now, Tauruses are very, very creative. Do you happen to know like your moon sign, your rising sign, or no?
Yes.
Oh,
So,
please share.
um, my sun's in Taurus, my moon is in Gemini, and my rising is in Leo.
Oh, how fun. How fun. Oh, what a great year you're going to have. Jupiter just moved into Leo, so that's in your first
I did
house.
hear that, yeah.
Yeah, so
And
how you show up in
Taurus
the world,
is,
it's about to get bigger.
yeah,
That'll be some very nice abundance opportunities for it brings opportunities for you for a whole year.
yeah.
Yeah,
Fingers
beautiful thing.
crossed.
So you teach and create how to make poppets. You create these the sketching of art. Now, are these spiritual drawings? Is it just whatever you're inspired to do? Is there a theme or randomly?
A lot of what I have are trees. I love trees, just real
It's like a
surrealistic.
Taurus. Yeah.
Um, but I'd like to say, where does inspiration really come from? I think a lot of it has to do with intuition, right? Maybe your own guides and guardians coming on through. Maybe there's a greater meaning to it all. Um, I am currently working on a own little passion journey of mine to really start incorporating artwork into the spirit sense. So more spirit art, whether that's trying to show a picture, an image that spirit wants to convey, or even a picture of themselves. It was up in Appleton at,
New York?
yeah, was it? I can't remember. I'm blanking. But there's a spirit there where they didn't have a picture of that spirit, and he wanted to be drawn, so I drew it and I left it for him.
Oh,
And
how exciting and how nice of you.
yeah, another thing that I also make are the automatic writing planchettes. So they kind
Ooh.
of play hand in hand with the spirit art side of things too. So these predating the Ouija board or the spirit board that we really know, you can find things back into like more ancient China and stuff like that. But you'll screw like a pencil in the hole, put it on top of butcher block paper or a big sketchbook. The
Mhm.
concept of it still works the same as a spirit board. You'd rest your fingers on here, but it'll let the spirit do the drawing or the writing, which
Oh,
I think is
cool.
really
So I have
great.
not heard of such a thing.
Yeah. So
You are
especially
a
I think if
treasure trove. Wow.
I think they're great, especially if maybe you're communicating with a spirit who couldn't communicate efficiently or effectively, or maybe English wasn't their first language and they communicate through the Greek alphabet or something like that. They're not like our
Yeah.
alphabet, so
Oh, that's so cool. Wow. So you do all these neat little creations, plus you teach. Okay.
Mhm.
And so now I interrupted you at the original question because I had 10 other questions.
It's
But
okay, let
so
them fly.
where we were is how did you make the official decision to launch a business and bring all of these things to the public?
Oh, right. So it was really just, it was kind of kicking myself in gear to be like, get yourself out there, do something with everything that you do, right? You got all these things piling up in a corner, but nobody's seeing them. So that's really where that first stemmed from. And it just expanded into, you know, sharing myself, but also being able to share spiritual tools with more people, more masses, and stuff like that as well. And I try my best to keep them as affordable as possible because, you know, we all love our crystal shops and everything, but sometimes prices are difficult, especially in this economy. So trying to keep it a little more affordable where we can was really important for me as well.
Beautiful, beautiful. When you first launched, like as far as the readings as a business, were you scared?
Oh my God, that was such a huge confidence thing for me because I've only ever done it for myself and for friends. So you're comfortable with those people, you know who they are, they're not strangers. And one day I was just sitting there and I felt like I needed to start sharing it. I've had friends tell me I should do it, but stubborn Taurus, right? We're sitting over here like you don't know what you're talking about. Leave me leave me alone, right? But just one day I was like, let's give it a shot and see how it goes. Like if it's something that I'm just completely out of sorts with and I'm like, I can't do this, then we're not going to. But I started adding it to my own business model and it just it worked. It felt right. There wasn't really any point where I was like, this was a bad choice, right? It ended up it's one of those calling things, right? You know, you don't always realize it's what you need to do until you get into the thick of it and you're like, why did I wait so long to do this, right?
Right, yeah. Oh, how wonderful. How wonderful. You integrate all of these things when you're serving your clients. Like, is it your main thing? Do you like also have another like regular job?
I have a regular mundane job
You do? Oh my
to pay the
gosh.
bills.
Uh-huh.
But this is like my little side stuff, but this is what I enjoy the most, for
Do you
sure.
foresee that it might be able to replace your regular job?
You know, we're hoping, right? Crossing our fingers.
Pardon me. Yeah, because like follow your passion and like excuse me just a second. It's do what makes you happy and find a way to get paid for it. That's what
Right?
I like to say.
Do what you love, you'll never work a day in your life.
Exactly. There you go. Yeah, yeah. Because you're a natural. There's just something that you embody. You have this really nice hum to you. And you definitely you've got a big spirit team. Somebody is saying caricature art. Now, you don't feel like that type of a person. I think that the spirit that's saying caricature art is a little bit of a trickster. So I think one of your team is more of that Gemini trickster kind of a nature, which
It's
would be talking
possible.
to your moon,
Hmm.
and they're saying scribble art, which also kind of makes me feel as automatic writing, or doodling also, channeling and just creating the symbols, just things that are falling out onto the medium. Also, there is something about the way that you see things, your approach, the way that it's not your physical eyes, but like when I go into your energy, I feel narrow. I feel like I have squintier eyes. Discerning. It's discerning. So your training or your experience, you've learned discernment, is my understanding. And it also looks like you've passed a couple of tests of some bigger energies coming in that were not so good. and you're like, no, I'm not listening to that, or no, you're not going to talk to me like that, or something like that. And it feels that it was coming in like with steamy breath and everything, and you're like, I'm not going to give you attention. Which also that's discipline, because that's another
Hmm.
thing. Like people who don't know think that we just kind of randomly woo. It's not like that at all. There is training. There is experience. There is it's skill. And for
Yeah.
me, my understanding of this is you can teach it. Everyone is
Yep.
born with strong intuition that is expressed in one of those main clairs. And no one's exempt from that. You're born with it because it's part of the human condition. It's in your auric field. It's in these layers of the body, different bodies. Just some are more defined, some are more open, some are more predisposed.
Right. And I explain that a
Yours,
lot. Yeah, I
yeah,
think anybody who truly feels like they have a calling, they can learn it. I think it's one of those things where it's taught out of us as kids, but it is. I like how you said with the predisposed, because I like to explain, like, yes, anyone can learn it, but it's just like art, for example. One kid might pick up a pencil and they're the next Leonardo da Vinci or whatever, but then you might pick up one and, well, you got the stick man down, right? But if you take those years of training and learning and just practicing and honing the skill, you can become just as big as the next big thing, right?
yeah, yeah, right. Like think of like the 4-year-old piano, what do you call it, protege? And they're
Yeah, the
playing this
prodigies.
crazy
Yeah,
stuff.
man.
They're 4 years old. They're remembering it from their previous life. So it's like
Hmm.
muscle memory, and they just know. Where
Right.
somebody else has to take the lesson. Like if they want that, they have to work a little
Yeah.
bit harder, but they can still achieve it. It just doesn't flow as naturally. And so I think where everybody flows naturally, like that's what you should do. Like these are
Yeah,
your natural
exactly.
abilities, but then you curate it, and then you're cultivating your talent, and then you are
Hmm.
building your skills. Then it is
Yes.
teachable, right? And so that's how I look at it. You're a sweet person, you're cordial, you're authentic, and you definitely are skilled. And all of that is just coming intuitively because I'm not one to blow smoke up people's butt. I definitely
Thank
don't.
you.
Great. What is your favorite part about what you do with the spiritual work?
It's just helping people. Honestly, like that's the biggest thing at the end of the day. Just seeing like how you can truly help change, validate someone. 9 times out of 10, that's just what people need, is just to feel validated and heard. Um, I don't know. It's probably the same for you, but I'll walk into a grocery store and people will stop and just tell me their whole story. And that's perfectly fine because sometimes you just need someone to talk to. And, is it spirit's way of being like this person safe to talk to? Probably. But
Hmm.
it's just those energy fields, whether or not you see them, feel them or not, they're there. It's that energetic pull. Um, but being able to just kind of be that light at the end of the tunnel for some people, that starry hope up in the sky, that one star you see, to, help them on their journey, maybe their next steps to get to where they need and or want to be.
Have you
That's the
ever
best
had
part.
somebody refuse what you've given them? Nope, that's not me. I don't know what you're talking about. You ever have that happen?
Oh, I mean, that's just human nature, I feel like. Oh, yes, of course. But, at the end of the day, you have to kind of trust in the messages that you're getting because you're getting them for a reason.
Yeah, skill
Um,
building 101, I would say there.
yeah,
Because
and
you're
I
always going
love
to
to
get the guy
tell,
with their arms crossed, or the drunk person, and who's combative, or you know
mm,
um we don't want to attract people like that.
Right.
But that's also why you don't do work for free. Because if you just
Exactly.
you open up and like, hey, I'm going to do free stuff, then people do not value what you do. You got to charge them because now they shouldn't give you such a hard time, and you also won't attract closed-minded people.
Right. And I think it also has a lot with the money exchange. It has to do a lot with the exchanging of energy, right? Because now you're
Mm,
committed. You're not just showing up and sitting down to a random person to tell you about your life, right? You're committed into it and you have now put your energy physically sense
mm,
into it just as much as I have my energy into it.
yeah.
Um, with the more difficult clients that we may get, I always like to say maybe it doesn't make sense right away. Give it 3 days. It's that 3 day grace period, right? We always love those threes.
Yes.
You'll just be doing the dishes one day and you'll be like, oh, that's what it meant. Because it happens to me too. Like,
Hmm.
it happens to me too, where I'm like, I don't know where you're coming from. And then you're like, oh, that's what it was.
Right. Do you find certain things that are in common that like a lot of your clients ask like the same question?
I mean, there are your usual, you know, career, love, life questions that you have come on through. Which job should I take? It Prince Charming gonna come? Now, for love reading specifically, I always tell the client, I'm not reading for when Prince Charming is gonna come along. We're gonna see how we're gonna attract love and how we're gonna keep it, right? You want
Hmm.
to be in a good, strong relationship, not, you know, Joe on the corner who's in and out of the bar 4 times a week, right?
Right.
There are some times where we get a lot of the same questions, but I find, and I think it's very interesting, that throughout events or throughout days, it feels as though you're giving a lot of similar messages, the same messages.
Mhm.
And it's almost like, well, the message of the day today is to, sit in your own power, or the message of the day today is really let those toxic people go.
Yeah, I
Uh,
find the same thing. Yeah.
yeah, I've heard that a lot through other readers and mediums out there where messages are, it's just like a daily thing.
Yeah.
Like here's your
Yeah.
daily message. It's
Right.
interesting how that works, right?
Very. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Is there like a favorite aspect of the reading that you enjoy? I mean, like one of the disciplines. Like, do you really enjoy the tarot? Do you really enjoy the mediumship? Or do you really enjoy the coaching? Like, is there something that when somebody asks you to do that for them that it just, ooh, I get to? Or is it teaching? Like, what really floats your boat?
It's so hard to choose, right?
Or maybe it's all of them.
It really is all of them, because honestly, I feel like every moment's a teaching moment, right? You can learn from anything. I love the tarot. I love the artistic representation. I mean, I've got 1,500 decks, I feel like, but there's always those one or two that you just feel the energetic pull to.
My next
Um,
question. Did you start on the Rider Waite? And what is your go-to deck nowadays? Or if you have like two favorites or
yeah, I started on the Rider-Waite. I still use Rider-Waite style decks to this day. They're my favorite. I find them, for me, the easiest, clearest to read, and they kind of get their point across. And it's easy, especially since I've been using that style of deck for so long, it's easier for me to explain it to a client. Like,
Mhm.
okay, let's take a look here. Let's look at the aspects. This part is really sticking out to me right now. So I really think that this part right here is what we're really focusing on. I really love incorporating the mediumship in with it as well. Just a whole slurry, a big old smoothie of of tools
I'm with
um
you.
to get you the biggest, most clear understanding of the message that needs to come across. Um, sometimes when I get started, I always ask, do you have any questions or anything, or you just want to see what comes on through? Because sometimes we come and we have goal, we got a quest, we want to figure
Yeah,
figure out
right.
this aspect in life. But sometimes I'll be sitting there asking, and things are just flying into my head. Well, here's a sunflower. What does a sunflower mean to you? Does it mean anything? And if not, well, let's see. Let's try to figure out what this symbol means. It's really just a big giant puzzle and putting it all together. I like to say, even with just the tarot, it's telephone, Pictionary, and charades all at the same time, right? And that's
Oh, I
part of
love
the fun of it
Pictionary.
all. Part of the fun of it all is figuring out the puzzle.
Yeah. Yeah, it is fun.
Hmm.
It's fun. But if you ask me, even though I am in New York, my work is not for entertainment only. Like,
No.
even though, law says we have to say that, like, I don't support that statement in the slightest bit. Like, I take this work extremely seriously. It's not
Hmm.
just for fun. It's not for kicks,
No, yeah,
It's for your
it's
guidance. Like, this is your life?
for sure. And I mean, there's things that'll come up you can't even explain how it came on up, right? Can't tell me that was anything other than true.
Exactly.
Divine intervention, if you will.
Do you have a favorite story from your spiritual career? Maybe a client experience or your own personal experience with a guide or an epiphany or
There's so many. I think just being, I'm trying to think. It's so hard. I don't know for you, but remembering
yeah,
is
oh,
like,
because there's so much. Yeah, I think if I
oh,
got asked that
the
question, I'd be a little
mediumship
bit stumped.
amnesia,
So
right?
like, oh, this
Um,
came through, and I was like, oh, like I can give you an example. I was doing an energy healing for somebody, and they're laying on the table, and their eyes are closed. My eyes are closed. I suddenly see this praying mantis in my head, and they're like, I've never seen this particular being before. And I'm like, I was like, oh, in my head, and they go, she's one of us. Like we're trusting her with you. She's one of ours. Scared the crap out of me. I went ahead and did the healing, and I was afraid to tell the woman. And then when I told her, she's like, yeah, I know. So like my lesson is always trust, and it's okay to tell
yeah,
them because they, don't hesitate because you are the channel. You are. It didn't come from you. It's coming through you. So it was a
right.
lesson for me, but at the same time, it was a cool, startling experience.
Yeah, I think that's one of the hardest things to teach yourself is like it doesn't have to make sense to you because it's not your message. And I have that's
Yeah.
constantly all the time. I did just do one recently and it was just words that I would not have put together. And I told them and I'm like, I don't understand it. It doesn't make sense to me, but this is what I'm getting. And they're like, I know exactly what that is because I say that all the time. And I'm
Yay.
like, that's crazy. To pick just one favorite, I don't know if I have just one favorite. Because just being able, because when messages truly hit hard for your
Mhm.
client, and you're like, you're able to feel that, and you're able to like feel it in like your heart of hearts to be like, you really helped this one. That's my favorite time. Anytime it ever happens is my favorite.
Because it's
Um,
a feel, yeah, you feel that. It's a
it's a true
resonance.
feeling, yeah, where you're
Yeah,
able to it's almost like you feel the weight off of their shoulders happen. You
well
aren't even
said.
wearing the heavy vest, but you feel it come off, right?
And that's spoken from a true empath right there. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't think I can choose a favorite
What
time.
about like
It
an encounter that was just that blew your mind? An experience that you've been in or a haunt or in a reading, something that just went,
there's so many of those. Let's see. Pennhurst, when I visited Pennhurst, I went for the one Paracon and I was in one of the rooms and it was a room that was for like the kids that were there.
Mhm.
And I was there and I was picking up on this one child and I was getting like really sad. I'm like, I feel like I'm about to cry. And there was another medium there as well. And she's like, that's funny because I'm getting angry. So it was like we were both channeling two different spirits in the room. So I was tapping into one of the children, and I believe she was tapping into one of the doctors that
Oh.
still resided there.
Hmm.
And during that time, my ankle got started to feel warm, and the one side of my ankle was bright red, like somebody smacked it with like a stick or something, and the doctor was known to carry a little walking cane.
Wow.
And I'm like,
Wow.
that was crazy.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I'll
You
take
would
that
like to
one.
hear these experiences. They're
There's
interesting.
so many. Yeah.
Yeah, oh my goodness. And then you don't want to bring them home with you either. You stay
No,
here.
yeah. I always tell them, I go to leave and I'm like, you don't gotta stay here, but you can't come with me.
Ah,
Gotta stay
brilliant.
somewhere else. Unless you're gonna pay rent. If you want to pay rent, well, you you
We
let
can
me know.
talk.
We can talk. We can work it out.
Where are you based out of? I don't remember where you're based from.
Yeah, I'm in Western New York,
You
Wheatfield,
are.
North Tonawanda. Yes.
Oh, for some reason I thought you were out of state. I don't know why.
No, I grew up in Pennsylvania, but I
Gotcha.
live good old New York now.
Oh, welcome. As soon as you cross the state line, they hang you upside down and take all the money falling out of your pockets. First thing, as soon as you cross the state line, tolls.
Yeah.
We don't call the through freeways. We call them. What do we call them? We call them throughways, not freeways, because ours are not free. Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
but wonderful. Okay, so let's go to contact information because we're getting ready to wrap it up now. So how can people find you? Um, and then so your service offerings like readings and then your classes, are they on your website?
Yeah, so you can find out wherever I'm going to be, any upcoming events, any upcoming classes on my website, kitsuneswillowisp.com. So that's www.kitsuneswillowisps.com. I know it's a mouthful, but once you get there, you can bookmark that. You can see any classes that are coming up, any events I'm going to be at. You can book right online there. I do private one-on-ones, small seances,
Oh,
house
I'm sure you got
clearings.
all kinds of stories about seances.
They're lots of fun. They're a fun little small group where I like to get everyone involved. I'll bring all the toys, right? We'll have the dowsing rods, spirit board, automatic writing planchette, blah, 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 blah. The options are endless, but it really allows people that maybe it's not their everyday thing to be in a safe, secure space where they can kind of test the field and really experience it more than just having me sit there and be like, well, grandma's in the corner and she said you gotta fix her recipe, right? Because you're
Yeah.
not making it right. Um, and then you can always book me for weddings, parties, anything like that at an hourly rate and do many readings for all of your guests. You can email me, same thing, just at gmail.com. So kitsuneswillowisp at gmail.com. And you can message me through social media because we're in the age of technology. So it
Way
works for
awesome.
me.
Good. Do you have any big things coming up?
See, July's pretty quiet. I have some traveling, but August we'll have the
The Expo, August
the
15th and 16th.
expo on the
That's in Erie,
15th and
PA.
16th. Yep. And September I'll be doing the Underworld Culture Convention in Scranton, Pennsylvania on the 19th and 20th of September. So back at my spawning point where I was born and raised. And
Is that listed
then
on your website too?
yes, so
Okay.
all upcoming events are listed on my website as well. You can find them on there. Underworld Culture Convention. October 3rd, I'm doing a benefit fall at the farm at Mockingbird Sanctuary, Farm Sanctuary.
Wonderful. Good.
Great organization where they take in abused or hurt farm animals and just let them live out their days in
Love
happiness.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, you can always see where I'm going to be on my website and
And book a session.
book a session.
Wonderful. Got it. Okay. Well, this has been a lot of fun. A lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm
Um,
glad.
all right. Then, do you have any final words for our audience?
Trust in yourself and never stop learning.
Good advice. Good advice. Brilliant. Thank you so very much, Patrick. This has been a lot of
Thank
fun.
you.
Thanks for
Yeah, it
coming
was a
on.
blast. Thanks for
Awesome.
having me.
Beautiful. You got it. All righty, guys. There's another wonderful episode. See, I told you these are amazing guests. We do not disappoint. Make sure you share this episode. Give Patrick a call. Check out his website. Book a session. He's a wonderful person, very multi-talented. I knew as soon as I seen him that I wanted to be connected with him up at Greystone Manor very recently. And so make sure you follow up. Follow up with Patrick and meet us both and way more at the Metaphysical, Holistical, Mystical Expo.com is the website. August 15th and 16th at the Ambassador Conference Center on Peach Street in Erie, Pennsylvania, where you can find all kinds of people literally from around the world, all under one roof. Spiritual, paranormal, astrologers are going to be there. We have a marketplace, essential oils and soaps and all kinds of goodies. So don't miss it. We will see you there, and I'll catch you next time on The Woo Factor. I'm still your host, Suzy Woo. Grounded Conversations for Cosmic Thinkers, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.